Hello, my name is Louis Berner from Microsoft SQL Server User Education. The following SQL Server failover clustering video is presented by Microsoft Senior Program Manager Max Varon.
In this session, we'll show you how to remove an active node of a SQL Server 2008 failover cluster instance. In the Windows Cluster Administrator tool, you're going to see that nodes N1 and N2 are listed for this instance, and as a possible owner, only node N1 is listed. In a prior session, we removed node N2 from that particular instance. So in this particular session, we're going to show you how to remove node N1, which is the active node for this SQL1 instance. Again, you locate the setup.exe from the installation media. Double click on that, it's going to bring up the landing page. Under the maintenance tab, you choose the remove node from a SQL Server failover cluster. This launches a wizard to remove node from an existing SQL Server 2008 failover cluster. Since this is the only node for this instance that we are removing, at the end of this removal operation, we're going to end up removing the entire SQL1 failover cluster instance. Like any other setup operation, we first run the setup support rules. After confirming that all the rules passed, you continue with the rest of the removal operation. As the next step, setup support rules run, showing the status of the rules execution, making sure all the rules has passed. Proceed with the rest of the removal operation. So here you have an option to select a particular instance that you want to modify. In this case, we are choosing SQL1 as the instance to modify. And as you note, we are running setup on node N1, and in the table that is below, for instance SQL1, you only have node N1 listed. So this is the only node that is remaining for this instance. In other words, once you remove this node from this instance, the entire instance is removed. On the name of this node field, you will see the name of this node shown for display purposes. It's a read-only information. And when you click next, setup shows you ready to remove node page, where it displays the instance name, all the features that are going to be impacted, and a configuration file path where all this configuration information is saved. Similar to the other configuration file usage, you can actually use this configuration .ini file to remove, if you had any additional nodes in the instance, you can remove them using that configuration .ini file on the command line. At this stage, SQL Server setup is removing all the installation files from the machine, node N1. Since this is the last node of that particular instance, SQL1, and at the end of this step, all the cluster specific configuration is also removed. That includes the cleanup of the cluster resources for this instance for SQL Server. Here you confirm the removal of the features have been completed successfully, and on the summary log file you can see the status of the removal operation, confirming that all the features have been successfully removed. And you can see that the SQL Server 2008 Group 1 has been removed from the Windows cluster. That cleaned up the entire SQL1 instance from the Windows cluster, and the SQL Server instance has been removed from both nodes. In this example, we have SQL 2008 Group 2, which belongs to another instance. It's used by another SQL Server instance, and it's not impacted obviously, but the previous instance has been completely removed since you removed the last active node for that instance. This completes the demonstration of remove node on an active node for a SQL Server 2008 failover cluster instance.
Thank you for your time. We hope you found this information of significant value, and we'd like to hear what you think about it. To rate this video and provide comments, please use the feedback link in the upper right-hand corner of the video homepage. Thank you.